What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Geared Up. I'm Chris with Profoto, and this is our weekly live broadcast where we talk about lighting gear, techniques, tips and tricks, photography in general. Take your questions, answer them here, and just try to have a really fun time, either creating some stuff or comparing some things. Really cool times. If you're watching this on Profoto.com, which hopefully today you are, you're gonna see some stuff pop up around the screen. If you want some more information on those things that we're talking about, you can click on those and we'll just kind of drop down to the corner. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, jump over to Profoto.com and watch it, because I'm about to tell you why. And yeah, it's just fun. But if you don't really care and you wanna just hang where you are, keep chilling out with us on the location that you are. So, today we're going to be talking about the differences between the B10X and the A2. Specifically, we're going to talk about all the differences, but we're really going to also kind of dive into the specifics of the power of the flash units themselves. And with that being said, we're also doing something really cool today in our Geared Up, where we have a giveaway going on. So at the end of this episode of Geared Up, we're actually going to give away an A2. So it's going to pop up on the screen all the stuff that you need to know. So it's pretty simple. So we're going to talk about the power of the A2. So you need to drop the right answer about what the power difference between the A2 and the B10 is. Oh, hold on. All good. There we go. Little green debacle. So you need to tell us what the answer is when I tell you what the power difference is between the A10 and the B10, or sorry, the A2 and the B10 are. Cool. Second thing, let us know why you even want to win an A2. That's pretty important, especially for this whole contest thing. And let us know your IG handle. That's how we're going to get in touch with you to do all the shenanigans as far as like giving you the flash when you win it. So, correct answer, IG handle, tell us why you want to win it, and make sure you're doing this from Profoto.com, because that's the only place that Anders is going to be looking for your answers. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, we'll see your comments, but those won't be in the drawing. So watch on Profoto.com. That being said, let's dive into it. So I have right here on this light stand an A2 and a B10 side by side. I'm going to take them down just so we can actually talk about.
Well, we can see them from the wide shot, actually.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna gab on about them for just a second. So I'll pull them both down, and luckily I have this cool little contraption set up, so it'll be easy to put them back. So first and foremost, they both have a look and feel is pretty similar. Obviously, the A2 is meant to be a lot smaller than the B10 is. This is, works off with our A series of stuff. So it's got the A series battery. It works with the click gels in the front. So really cool stuff. Whereas your B10 is your traditional 100mm mount. So it works with, all the OCF accessories and all that kind of good stuff there. You have all the softboxes and stuff to choose from. So as far as like light shaping tools goes, they both have kind of pros and cons when it comes to it. So a lot of the pros of the A2 is obviously the built-in magnetic front on the bad boy. So you can actually, before I chuck my only A2 that I have, you can actually take click modifiers and gels and stuff like that, or like a click softbox, and you can just snap it to the front. And it's really easy to have your modifiers, to interchange your modifiers with something like the A2. The downside is if you want to start getting into some of the bigger modifiers, you have to have another adapter in order to get this 70mm size to the 100mm size of the B10. And that's what the OCF2 adapter that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks is for. So really awesome stuff with the click stuff, but you do have to adapt it for some of our bigger stuff. So then you have the B10, which has really kind of just been this powerhouse of a light. It's really compact. I mean, size-wise, they're not that different in size. So this is kind of roughly the size of a 24-70 lens, which is really cool. This is kind of the size of my 24-70 lens with my Fuji system, which is also kind of cool. But so designed to be like a full frame 24-70 lens. Light shaping wise, like if you want to do gels and stuff like that, you have to put like an adapter on the front of it to make them click all on there. Whereas with the A2, you don't have to do any of that stuff. But you still have all this vast array of, tons of light shaping tools, from Magnum reflectors to, all the OCF soft boxes and some of the RFI soft boxes. We talked about that in a previous Geared Up. So, but both really cool lights. Now, where the thing that people start to talk about a lot between these two is the power difference. So this is a 250 watt second flash head. That means that the capacitors inside the flash can hold 250 watt seconds of light, and it can output those out when it dumps those capacitors. It's dumping the 250 watt seconds of light at full power. Cool. Same thing with the A2, but with 100 watt seconds of light. And so this is where we actually start to get into the conversation about, you know, like, what is the power difference really between the B10 and the A2? And a lot of people are going to hear 250 and 100. So you're like, oh, it's like half the power. And so what a lot of people will do on their B10, I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Just making sure. Come on, do we get focus? Waiting for it to grab focus. It might actually be in manual focus mode. It is. Hold on a second. Let me go to continuous. Make sure we're dead center.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. So a lot of people, sorry, we're just getting back to it.
Come on.
Don't fight me. You might have to click this, Kate, so people can see it.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, Kate's going to make sure that we're in focus. So I want you to see this up close and personal. It's very important that you understand how this works. And I'm not going to move. Don't worry.
All right.
Cool. So you can see that.
Good here.
All right.
Oh, let me get my leg out. There we go.
Cool. So we're in business.
And now, they should see.
Sick. So full power is 10. In the Profoto world, in the lighting world, half power is just one stop down, right? So whereas most people think that half power on a B10 is 5, that's massively incorrect. Half power on a B10 or on any Profoto light with this power scale is 9. That's your half power. 250 watts of power at 10, take it down to 9, 125 watt seconds of power. That's how this is graded. And then you drop it down there, you drop the power in half again, half it again, half it again, half it again, all the way down, right? So, with that being said, the power difference between this light right here, and I have it actually turned off so you can, I want you to actually see the number differences. So, if you have your A10, oh, we're out of focus again.
Sorry.
This, my eye tracking isn't eye tracking today. Hang on a second, let me just, I gotcha. I'm just gonna flip this on. My eye tracking's not happy with me today. Cool. It just doesn't want to eye track.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome.
We're doing this. You might actually have to pull focus on this, and I won't. I promise I won't go towards the camera screen again.
All right. Awesome.
I was trying to get up close and personal so you all could see what I was doing, but
Good.
apparently I'm futzing up everything. So
Looks like we're good.
we're good now. Cool. So if you want to go off technicalities alone, 10 on an A2. Make sure you're paying attention, everybody. Is equal to 8.7 on a B10. The power difference is negligible. It's so to have something this tiny, the size of a soda can, that's pretty incredible. Taking this thing, putting it into your bag, is pretty cool. Now the 8.7, that's pretty impressive in and of itself, but we're going to pull out a light meter here right now, and I'm going to show you the power differences with a light meter. And so we can actually see all that good stuff there. So we're going to do just that. So I have this handy dandy setup here with my lights, so I can keep my A10, or I'm sorry, my A2. I'm so used to talking about the A10, and the A2 is, I just keep messing up. So the A2 flash head and the B10 flash head, the actual head itself, are on the exact same plane. So they're going to be the exact same distance from this light meter. My light meter is set to, I set my light meter to ISO 160 because that's the base level of my my Fuji. That's the lowest I can go. So I'm not down at 100 ISO. So I'm at 2/50 of a second with this, and I'm at base level ISO of 160, and we're going to talk about the power differences. You ready, Kate? You want to be my holder of the light meter?
How wonderful.
Cool.
I get to be a light stand.
Your light stand.
Yeah.
Your voice activated light stand.
Hold on. I'm going to go wide here.
Sure.
Shakalaka?
Boom shakalaka. Perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, that way they can actually see the lights there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my Connect Pro, and I'm going to shut off. So kind of just hold it under your chin and just keep it there. Go ahead and click the button where with your thumb, just so it's ready to rock and roll. And so let's turn off the B10, Now let's go A2 only. Cool. Full power A2. Here comes the flash. F8.8, F8.3. Cool. So we're at F8.3. Distance-wise to Kate, that's probably 15 feet. 12 to 15 feet away. I should have measured it. I didn't. I apologize, but we're easily 12 to 15 feet away. Full power on A10. We're getting F8 at 12 to 15 feet away. Sick. So now let's turn that off and turn on the B10. And let's drop that B10 down to the 8.7, which is the technical 100 watt seconds of the A2. Let's fire this flash off. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, we're lower, F5.6.9 or F5.69. So let's try to get it to the F8.3. So let's take the B10 that at 8.7 is the same output, and let's bump it up to 9. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, is that 8.3? It is 8.3. So with a light meter test, one stop difference. So if you turn a B10 down from 10 to 9, we're getting the exact same light output as we would be getting with that A2 at full power, which is incredible. So the power difference is relatively negligible. Now, are there times that you're gonna need that extra stop of light? 100%. As a matter of fact, a lot of times whenever I'm going out and I know I'm gonna be shooting midday, I take a B10 plus with me because having that extra stop of light there with me is always better than not having it. But in the grand scheme of thinking about what it is that you do, and maybe you have a B10 and you're thinking about adding a supplemental light and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if the A2 is powerful enough. Think about how you use your B10 now. How often do you roll at a power of 9 or higher? And if it's almost never, the A2 can do a lot of that same stuff in a much more compact setup. So you're not really losing anything. So with that being said, now what we're gonna do, just so you can see the differences, do we have a super source ready for them to see? We're gonna take a photo with both the lights. We're gonna take a photo with both the lights. So I'm gonna turn off the A2, turn on the B10, take a shot, turn off the turn off the subsequent light and show you the shot. That way, you can actually see what the light fall off looks like, right? So that's what we're gonna do now. Cool, so let me get my camera out here. Let me get my Connect Pro put back on top of the camera. So this first shot we're gonna take with I think we're gonna go ahead and just do this with the B10 since that's the one that's on. So here we go.
This sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot this a little bit wider, Kate, just because I wanna see, but you look good.
I want to see the fall off.
Yeah, I just wanna see the fall off.
Okay.
So there we go. I've got your feet in there. So here we go. So this is the B10. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. So now let's switch over to the A2. And I'll bring up both of those images so that you can see that. So here comes the A2. Huh? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Very, very cool stuff. And we'll have the hero shot for later. Thanks, Kate. So now let's pull up the shots side by side. And you can tell me if anybody has any questions about any of this stuff too. So cool. Let's pull up side by side so you can see coverage wise. Cool. So coverage wise, pretty close. I would say that the B10 has a little bit wider of a throw, whereas like up here around the top corners of the A2, we're definitely, that A2 modeling light's blasting me right in the face. I'm gonna turn that off. It's like right in my eyeball. Cool. Whereas the A2 is going to, it looks like it's maybe the broadcast beam isn't quite as wide, but the coverage is right on the money. Like as far as like head to toe on Kate, it looks really, really good. So the A2 for some reason is a little bit warmer than the B10. I don't know if that's, the modeling light wouldn't have really infiltrated that because my camera speeds are just such that it's not going to come in. So the white balance is just a little bit warmer to the A10 side. I'd be curious if it is towards and granted I have a pre-production A2 also, so it could be that. But yeah, coverage wise, They look relatively similar. I will say this, and this is obviously going to be because the A2's flash head is smaller. Look at how much sharper. Hold on, somebody, Jim, if I mess this up, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try to do this thing you told me to do early, or you told me to do the other day. Hold on, let's go here. See if I do this the right way. I don't think I'm doing it the right way, Jim. I'm so sorry. Hold on, is this what it is? Hold on, sorry, Jim. Jim, I'm messing it up. Oh no, I did it. There it is. So Jim taught me how to zoom them both in at the same time.
Hey,
so thank you, Jim. I really, really appreciate it. But look at the difference between hold on a second, let's do this. So my wife doesn't kill me for being zoomed in on her armpit. Yes, my wife didn't kill me for being zoomed in on the armpit. So, but if you look at the difference in the shadows, because the flash head is much smaller on the A2, look how much tighter of a shadow that we're getting, as opposed to kind of that secondary shadow that you're getting from the B10 flash head by itself, which is kind of cool, right? So a much more defined line, a much sharper light, really, really cool stuff. Did anybody have any
yeah, so I'm
questions?
Go back to, Glenn was asking if you lose any, oh man, I've lost the question. He was wondering what happens if you put a gel.
If you put
power.
Yeah, if you put anything in front of a light.
I can't find the question.
If you put anything in, so Glenn was asking,
how much light I lose if I put a Profoto gel?
So the old gel kit used to actually have it written on the gels. The new ones don't have it as much. You can look at the spec sheet on this stuff, but you do lose light. So the more intense the gel, so this is a half CTO. This is going to take away more light than a quarter CTO, but it's not going to take away as much light as a full CTO. So the more saturated the gel is, the more light it absorbs. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. So like if you were to use, something like this, what do we have here? We have the light lavender. This light lavender is not going to suck up as, oh yeah, that's better right there.
Do you want to go back to?
Yeah, so the light lavender isn't going to suck up nearly as much as something like that. You can see the deep blue there. This deep blue gel right here, that's going to absorb a lot more light. So the more, the darker, the more saturated the color, the more light loss you're going to have. But yes, there is going to be light loss on the, on anything that you put in front of your light that's not like clear or like a Fresnel or something like that. So,
was your camera on white balance?
My camera was, I have my white balance set to, I think 6,000. I just want to confirm. I think I have my white balance set to 6,000, just so for people who want to know. Let's go here. 5,900. I have my white balance set just 300 up from daylight, so 5,900. So it's not a perfect 5,600, but I like that 5,900 look, so that's where I stay with it. Any other questions?
Let's see. That one a couple times. There's so many today. It's so great.
Cool.
Yeah, people are answering the question from others.
But yeah, so, and then yeah, please keep your answers poured in. But again, the power difference between the two really, really small. Now, where things.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I do have a question now. Could you try them both with a 2-foot octa? Curious to how the warmth will differ.
I don't have, I mean, let's see, I don't think I have a 2-foot octa at the ready. I don't have my 2-foot octa built. I know that a lot of people are probably answering the question. You know what? I'll do it because I know a lot of people are answering the question from Anders. I just gotta, hold on, I gotta find my 2-foot octa. There it is. Sometimes this thing is handy, sometimes it's not handy. So let's just see what happens whenever I throw an octa on there. Cool. Build this up really fast. So somebody just wants to know, I'm sorry, I'm already forgotten the name. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop this OCF softbox together. This is just because the click softbox doesn't really fit on the B10 head, which it's not supposed to. So this will give me really quick setup here. There we go, perfect.
Will the A2 be as bright as the B10 if the A2 is a little closer to the subject?
Well, I mean, even with them at those, so yeah. So if you take the Hold on a second. So will the A2 be as bright as the B10? Yes. So if you're trying to shoot the B10 at 10, full power of 10, but you want the same output as the B10 with the A2, you just have to half that distance forward. So if I'm shooting this photo of Kate here at 12 feet, and I have my B10 at full power, and I need my A2, I want my A2 at that same full power, I would have to bring it to 6 feet. So the light quality is going to change a little bit, but that's how you would do it. Yeah, so bring the A2 forward, you'd be able to get the same power as the B10 further back at full power. Yes. So I think I actually broke my speed ring, so it's acting a little funky. So here, let me take this down for a second.
Let's see if there's any more.
Cool. Let's go with my 2-foot octa on here. Really fast. Oh yeah. Cool. So again, power level for all the people who were wondering. If I said it a while ago, if you're going watt second to watt second, 120 or 100 watts to 250 watts, the power level difference is 8.7 on the B10 to full power on the A2. That is the exact same watt second rating. With our light meter though, we were able to do an exact half power difference. So it could be, just a subtle difference in the reflector and how the light's pushed forward. But did I do a really bad job? I did do a really bad job of popping the softbox open. What is wrong with me? It's like I'm a trash human or something. Oh my God, what am I doing?
So, one thing someone wanted to clarify. So the warmth tone of the A2 on the photo is not actually an issue. It's more due to the modeling light.
It shouldn't be. In my brain, I was trying to think through why it could be a little bit warmer, but my camera settings aren't slow enough to have the modeling light creep into the shot anyway, so it wouldn't have been the modeling light. And I believe, I'm going to look at it here in just a second, but I believe it auto dims, so again, it wouldn't have had an issue.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to come in closer for this, or I'll just open up a little bit for this. So here, you want to jump in there, Kate?
Sure. Sorry, hold on. Switch over here.
So I'm going to go to I think I have to go to F4 for this shot. So we're F4, and then I'll have a 2-foot click octa for the A2, just so that I can switch out really, really fast. Same size softbox. Cool. I'm ready for you. So here we go with the A2 at full power. 3, 2, 1. That's the A2. Let's turn this off.
I totally did this wrong. Hold on. I'm gonna do it
No, it's fine. And so here comes the, ready? 3, 2, 1. That's the B10 at 9 with the 2-foot octa. So, cool. Thanks, Kate.
Oh, okay.
We got them both. Yep. So I'll pull them up side by side so you can see the differences. So first shot is the A2 with the 2-foot click octa, and then this one right here is the B10 with the 2-foot OCF octa. So same size softboxes. It looks like maybe the exposure is a little bit brighter on the B10 with that one. Not by much, but yeah, really, really good stuff. Has Anders given us a winner or anything yet?
Let's see.
There's a ton of people,
Yeah.
and if anyone has any questions too, but yeah, there's a ton of people responding. I think Anders is trying to sort through the winner. So we're just checking with the guy. Cool.
Just checking.
Any other questions with anybody? Did that help? Hopefully, looking at the differences between both the lights with a softbox on there. So now you can see them both with the exact same size modifiers, both bare head. I would say that the color temperature difference isn't as much, but this is a little bit warmer. It also could be that this is maybe a touch underexposed. Let me click this really fast and see if I can pop this up. I just want to see what happens if I bump the exposure a touch. Let's go like.
Do I need another trigger if I have a 2?
This is about a 0.4 difference is kind of where I probably went over a little bit, but yeah, I mean, this might be the A2 might be a touch warmer than the B10. lighting wise, but it's not far off. So
let's see. Can we get an answer on the light spread, please? Curious
Sure.
whether it is wide enough for a little pop of light for a small group wedding.
sure. So I can tell you the beam angle. Sorry, if you wanna come right here for the people on this wide shot, so they can see me talking to them. I don't know off the top of my head, so let me see if we have it on our spec sheet, our technical specs on it. So beam angle is 62 degrees on the A2, and I know from the B10 being out for a while that it's 68 degrees. So
All right, we got a winner.
cool, sweet. So I'll say the winner in just a second. So, but someone was just asking what is the beam angle difference between a B10 and an A2? A2 62 degrees, B10 68 degrees. Just a little bit wider, not by much. So really, really cool stuff. So let me see that name. Okay, cool. So we have a winner.
Hold on.
We have a winner. So so first and foremost, thank you all for coming and doing this, and one, asking tons of cool questions, two, giving us this idea to do this. I think it's really fun that we're also being able to give away, but congratulations to Monica Stock. Do we have the funds? Monica Stock, at Monica Stock, I believe that's correct.
Yes.
At Monica Stock from Switzerland. I think it's from Switzerland. So if Monica, just be on the lookout from us on winning the A2. Solid job on the correct answer. I did. Anders saw all the really. He did all the work of going through everybody. But thank you all so much for coming, hung out with us. If you're catching this late, just a quick rundown. Power level difference between the A2 and the B10 is only taking a B10 and turning it down to 9. So a B10 at a power level of 9 is giving us the same light output as an A2 at 10. And if you want to go off of watt seconds, technically speaking, 8.7 on a B10 is the same watt seconds as an A2 at full power. So for all the people who are saying, oh, the A2 is drastically underpowered, it's not. It just isn't. It's a very, very capable light, especially for its size. So thank you all for kicking it with us. It's been a super fun live. I always like giving people free stuff, which is really, really cool. So Monica Stock, congratulations on your A2. We'll be in touch. In the meantime, have an awesome rest of your week. We will see you next time on Geared Up. Peace out, everybody.